nice sunny morning, but it's cold. It's already raised up to about 41 or 42, but this morning it was 38 degrees. The weatherman said 41, and I figured 41 is no big deal, but they said 42 or 3 for yesterday morning, and it got down to 39, so I knew better than to believe them. Anyway, so I covered these guys, and they look like they're okay. Oh, we did get a frost. It got down to 38 degrees this morning, and it, especially down in the low area, I don't think it frosted up here, but it definitely frosted down there. My covers had frost on them. It wasn't a heavy frost. Anyway, and I've got potatoes coming up here, peas. I didn't cover those. I figured they'd be all right. And I'm not sure what I planted there. It looks like it might be a cucumber or squash. That's something it's been gnawing on. Anyway, but it looks like it might have made it too. Like I said, it didn't frost up here. I covered most everything I was worried about. These are 4 peppers. They're just kind of a trial. I have a whole bunch more in the greenhouse. So if these ever bite the dust and this doesn't work out, then I'll just plant some more. But anyway, I got gobs of baby beets coming up. I got a few, I think I planted a few radish down through there also. And cilantro is doing real good. The lettuce, cabbage. I think my cumin even made it. It must be hardier than I thought. Some more cabbage and some collards, some mustard, some red lettuce. I think it's lettuce. Boy, it looks like red mustard though, doesn't it? I think it's red mustard. Okay, well anyway, my chard and stuff and onions, they obviously wasn't going to get hurt by, 30 something degrees, so we'll move on down. This is what I was worried about. I went ahead and planted some tomatoes. Now I have more tomatoes in the greenhouse sitting on deck because I know how this silly weather can be, but they made it through pretty good. We weren't going to get any kind of a breeze last night either. I mean, it was they forecast 2-mile-an-hour wind potential. So I covered it with that plastic and that bubble wrap. What I did was I put a layer of bubble wrap down through there, and then I covered the whole mess with plastic. Same thing, these tomatoes. And there's some purple cabbage, and obviously, like I said, I don't have to worry about cabbage. But here, a couple more tomatoes. And I went ahead and transplanted these guys out here. They feel pretty firm, so they probably made it fine. But I covered them with that sleeping bag right there. So, and there was frost on top of the sleeping bag, so they would have bit the dust. And then over here, I went ahead and planted out. I know it's way too early for okra, but I just trying it. I got more. I got plenty of seed, and I got more started. And I covered them with that sheet. Well, actually 2 sheets, that one and one over there. But yeah, I think they're okay too. You can I mean, it frosted. There was frost on top of the sleeping bag. It's melting off now, but anyway, down through here I have a whole bunch of collards, and they are doing wonderful. I transplanted a bunch of mullein here on the outside because I use mullein medicinally, and then in between each mullein I planted some Jerusalem artichokes because I really don't want them in my garden, so I planted them out there. And my potatoes, oh my oh, that's my milk thistle. But my potatoes, these are white Kennebecks. And I was kind of getting kind of nervous because they weren't coming up. Now see over there? The those are Pontiac Red. And they almost all have come up. And these white Kennebec are slower, which, you know, is not a big deal, but they're coming up now too. And after these peas are done, I'm going to plant some pole beans down through there. It'll be plenty warm enough for them by then. Anyway, this is when you gamble with nature, it's gonna make you work for it. And a lot of times you're gonna lose. So I've got a whole bunch of radishes up and down through here. Well, I'll talk to y'all later. I'm gonna get back to business. Don't have any more new baby goats yet, which I don't understand. I obviously didn't do a very good job of record keeping. Hopefully soon. I'm real tired of it. Yep. Mama's, I thought she was gonna go first. She didn't. It was Babe. I mixed them up. Who was in there first? But Mama's due now, and ought to be any day. I do remember between the first goat I bred and the second one, there was about 2 weeks. She just had her babies. Babe had her babies. You can see them down there at the water trough. See them babies. Yeah, they're about a week and a half, almost 2 weeks old. So she ought to be kidding any day. And then it's going to be 2 to 3 weeks before Buttercup kids. So I kind of spread them out so I didn't have to, you know, have a whole bunch of kids all at the same time. I may wish I hadn't done that, but that's what I did. Anyway, and Daddy Frank, he's still a pistol. Frank, where you at, Frank? There you are. Look at them pretty blue eyes. I think your little boy's got blue eyes, but they're not as blue as yours. They're a little blue. Aren't they cute? One last thing. Looky here. Yep. We had two last things. My strawberries. I had to go through and I picked a whole bunch of blooms off because that last cold spell we had, I mean the really cold one, burnt all my blooms. You can tell if they've been bit. They'll go ahead and bloom, they'll open up and bloom, but they'll have a black center. They got a black center, they'll never make a strawberry. So I go ahead and pick them off so that the plants don't have to struggle, because there's no reason to put that energy into that. Okay, I don't know if you can see this or not, but from that deep freeze, there's actually 3 or 4 peaches. I don't think you can see it very well. It doesn't. Well, anyway, they've got a little. See, oh, there you can see it. See it starting to swell up. I may get some peaches out of this. And these are my blueberries, and as you can tell, still got some yucky blooms on there, but if you'll look, it's putting out more. And then these, the blooms evidently weren't too far along because almost none of them, I mean just a very few, like those right there, those are burnt. But look at all the blooms. I may get a bumper crop of blueberries. Those two blueberry bushes are one type. They're not the same variety. They're actually different varieties, but they're the same blooming season. And these two are different. This one, the ones on the end are later blooming or later season blueberries, which is probably the thing to have. And these two guys are earlier blooming. I thought it'd be good to have a mix because I really didn't know what would work down here and what wouldn't. Now I know. Now I'll talk to y'all later. I'm Joe. This is my new Tennessee home, and I'm got another night tonight of covering everything back up. They're forecasting 41, just like they forecast last night. They forecast 41 for last night, and it got down to 38. So they're forecasting 41 again tonight. So I'll cover everything up. Talk to y'all later. Bye. Oh, one last thing. Look at this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful bird's foot violet. They grow out in my field, and so I moved a few of them in here. I need to get this grass pulled out of here a bit. Anyway, this is kind of my this is my wildflower and extra herbs. Just anything I see growing out in the field I think's pretty, I stick it in here. Now there are a few other things like the Sweet Williams and hyssops, herbs. Anyway, now I'm gone. Bye.